take one last breath of this lovely fresh air.
What you gonna do with all them savings, Len?
There were a fella telling me as you were buying a bungalow on front at Skegness.
Oh, what was his name then? Hans Christian Andersen?
Anderson? Is he on nights or something?
Oh. What are you leaving on a Wednesday for, then? Can't you hold out till end of the week?
Yes, me, I reckon he's fritting of hard work.
You don't know what hard work is. You're not with a lot of button pusher.
Fourth floor, ladies' underwear.
I'll tell you one thing, though, Len. With all that money of yours, it'll let to be drinks on you tonight.
Take the notice on him, Len. That can leave the wallet to Tom.
I bet you'll miss us, though, Len, won't you?
He will. Oh, I'll miss your ring. Just like you miss a dose of blue.
Never mind, Len. I still got the pigeon.
I've still got them, all right. Brian?
Hey, well. Oh, go on. Go on, my lad. There we are. Hey. It's only me. Yeah, you're still sitting, are you? Are you still waiting for it? Well, just settle down, then. Hey, you're a champion, aren't you? You're a real champion.
Brian? What do you want? Push off, won't you? Bloody snooping little tart.
Well, have you decided yet?
What?
You know what, about tonight.
Oh, I'll have to go. I told him I would.
You don't have to go.
It'd be like a slap in the face to him. I can't just let him down like that. You don't understand what it's like for a man when he retires around here. It's more like a funeral than a celebration.
You don't understand, Brian.
God only knows why they chose the Royal Oak. Right bloody funeral parlour that place is.
Come on, Len, grab your own and wash some of that gold dust.
He's standing in the hammock.
Yeah, who did this one, Brad? I'll tell you what, he's charging up for a pint of beer in this place.
I've been here for 20 years, you know, since I've been
Well, here you are, Len, here's one more to end up bloody prison sentence.
Cheers, Len.
They get doctors and solicitors and everything up here, you know, Len. I were up here other Saturday night. I was stood at bar there waiting to get served. And this fella started talking to me as natural as out. He was saying as how it got crowded at weekends and that up here, you know. When we gets back to the table, he says to me, does I know that what they were talking to? I said, no. He says that Alan Pritchard.
What? Boss of that big building firm up at
That were him, Then we gets outside, we sees him getting in this bloody get rolled. And he seemed ever such a nice chap, you know. And you can't tell with folks nowadays, can you?
It's just same with Len. You'd never guess just looking at him he'd a couple of £1,000 in co-op.
Is that right, Len? Is that right?
I bet it's not even 2,000 pennies.
Yeah.
I bet you're blind. I'll not see you go short of a few bob, will he, though, Len? They don't get bad money now, do they, teachers?
Now they get good money.
I'll not take his money off
We
him.
paid out contribution many times. Don't look who's going to make it now any road, does it, Len? It's nearly 9:08 now.
Hey, drink up, sorry. Come on,
Let's have some. Get a bit.
Go on, that's it.
There you go.
I bet he's out shagging Len. Has he got us steady?
Is he coaching Len? Hey, he's got his head screwed on too tight, you know, for going for that caper.
I'll be like his dad then, will he, Len? Wait till he's good and ready. Here, how old were you? 44, wasn't it, when you took plunge?
3 days after my birthday. Here. Happens something big's turned up.
She thinks so.
Happen he's had to attend one of these meetings, you know.
That'll be it.
Look, he's always being asked to attend meetings. Only when he gets home late at night, you know, he has to sit up all hours marking.
Does he?
It's all not a piece of cake and all being a school teacher. No. Oh, no. I mean, they've got a lot of responsibilities.
Oh, yeah.
Same as that, what you call it, sales representative walk, isn't it, Len?
Like Keith does.
And they've got it on the mind every bit of time. And that's something I wouldn't like to, that is.
Praying for him.
Keith got highest number of sales in all his area last year.
Well, he's a tall fella.
And then there were 20 of them competing for it.
Shut that one down.
Hey, Len is going for it to Spain for his holidays this year. And company's paying for it. Get away.
Brian, you know. He went to Spain when he went at university.
He did.
He went all over. He went on one of these, you know, geological dig things. He's still got some rocks, you know, up in his room. Yeah, he can, yeah. And there was one big piece. It was like a big fern thing, you know. A fossil. Anyway, he brought it back and he showed it their professor. And he said it was the finest example of some of the other, you know, that he'd ever seen. It's in the University Museum now.
I know. Our Susan went on one of those big things with your Brian. Well, when he was a teacher, you remember, Len? They went right up into a peak somewhere. No, a porter once, a porter. But it never went down.
Well, there's always someone writing something daft to him, you know, like that.
Hey, you can chuck that old tin away now, Len. There's no coal dust in Pigeon, love.
Plenty of up, though.
Well, Len, I don't know if this is right time for it or not, but it don't look as if your Brian is coming, and as time's getting on a bit, here goes. Yeah. And I know it's ignorant on me to read this, but you know what I'm like at giving speeches.
We've heard you.
So I'll just have to hope that you'll bear with me. Well, then, it has fallen on me to say a few words on behalf of us all on this day when we say cheerio to you. You and me have been friends for longer now than either of us care to remember. We started at the same pit in the same year, and we have stayed together ever since. Over the years, there have been some good times. And a few bad ones and all. It has not all been plain sailing. There have been rough waters as well as calm. But now the boat has come safely into the harbour. May I, on behalf of all of us here, and of course all them as couldn't be here, wish you a calm and peaceful mooring in the years to come. And now, may I just read you a small verse I have composed for this occasion, hoping it will sum up all the things we want to say to you tonight. You've done your share, had your troubles to bear, and now you are going to rest. But before you go, we'd like you to know we'll miss you, pal. You were one of the best.
Lovely.
And now, then, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this little token of our goodwill. Hoping it'll give you many happy memories of your friends and colleagues at Claybridge Pit.
I'm all. It's a picture.
Take it. Get out with it.
Come on.
That's all right.
Well,
He's got a bit out.
Let's have a
Well,
pictures.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I didn't expect... Well, I didn't come prepared.
Say no then, Len. Sit down and drink your beer. We've had enough of bloody speech. Here, let's say another round. Whose turn is it?
You're you silly bugger. Jeremy.
Bloody hell. I should learn to keep my mouth shut, shouldn't I, Len?
Brian? Brian, come on. Hey, come on, lad. It's gone 2:45.
Huh? 2:45 what?
7:45.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you always told me you were up at 7:30. Well, I'm boiling you an egg any road.
I'm sorry I didn't make it last night, Dad.
That's all right. What happened?
Oh, I forgot. I promised I'd help them build some scenery for that play they were doing. There was no way I could get out of it. I'd have let you know, only I didn't get back.
I thought it was something like that.
How was it anyway? Did you go to the Royal Oak after all?
Oh, aye, yeah. Aye. Changed a lot up there, and they gave me a lovely painting.
What sort of painting?
An oil painting. An original and all. Well, you best hurry up, you know. That thing could be hard.
That's all right, isn't it?
Like it, do you?
I should think that's taken back a few bob, isn't it?
I know they're going to pay a fair price for originals these days.
Who made the presentation there?
Son Katie, he gave it me. But I know they made a big collection. Hey, go on, this ain't gonna be stone hard now. You could do that, you know, after you've had it.
It'll not take a minute.
Ah, and while you're at it, you might as well take all that bloody fungus off your face and all.
What does it feel like?
What?
Not going in.
Feels as though I'm on night. Hey, that ain't gonna be stone hard, that.
All right, don't go on about it then.
What's it like, then?
Just right.
It's a wonder.
How you having, Mo?
I had my breakfast 2 hours ago.
I don't know what made you get up at that time, Paul.
I always get up at that time. I'm not changing now.
Is there any sugar in this tea?
I put 2 in. You best stir it. Here you are.
So, what made them get you a painting then?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I never thought I'd like it. Why, what's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with it. I just wondered what made them get it.
I never thought it looked like pit ponies. I used to call me pony man, you know, because I was always with him. Yeah, can you remember the time, you know, when I used to take you down there when they used to bring them up at Easter? You used to love the way they used to buck and jump and race around them fields, you know, when they took the sack bags off their heads.
Yeah, I remember that.
Aye. Oh, well, that's happened why they bought it me. Aye. You know, you eat too fast. That's why you get them belly aches of your own. You want to eat slowly, you know. Chew each mouthful before you swallow.
I eat at the same speed as everybody else I know, except you.
All right. I'm just telling you. You'd find the benefit of it if you chewed it a bit more.
You let your pigeons out yet?
Oh, they've been out an hour already. I'll let them in a bit. What time did you get in then, last night?
About 10:15. I felt tired out. I went straight up to bed.
You were fast asleep when I come up.
What time is that then?
Oh, about 11. Bit after.
I bet they'll miss you, won't they?
There's no time for missing folk down pit, lad.
Look, do you think you'll be all right today? I mean...
All right? What do you mean, all right? Of course I'll be all right. I'll have plenty to do. You'll not be idle. Any road, I expect your Auntie Ethel, you know, she'll be nosing round.
You're finished then, are you?
Well, don't say it like that. Anyone would think I got one for his grave.
I've turned collar on this one check shirt of yourn. It were nearly worn through. Is there any tea left in pot?
I made a fresh cup about half an hour ago.
Again, you're painting then?
You don't mince much, do you?
Harold Bass told their Doreen that's what they were thinking of getting you. I knew they'd get you some at night. Brought you a bit of pork pie for your dinner. Have you had your breakfast yet? I'll do you a bit of summit if you want.
I made breakfast at 6 o'clock.
Aye, it's a long time to go between 6 o'clock and dinner time and all. What'd you have this morning, then?
Brown bread and butter and marmalade, well, same as I always have.
That's no good for you. You want something a bit more solid in your first thing. I always give our Jack a good breakfast. It's most important meal at day.
Well, marmalade suited me all right. I've not done badly on it, you know, this last 20 years.
That were all right when Lottie were here to make you a good meal when you got home from work. That were different. You think I've not noticed how much weight you've lost in the last 2 years? All right for our Brian, he does get that one good meal at school every day. It's you that's undernourished. Why, you've gone down to nothing. And I'll tell you another thing and all, it'll be easy to let yourself go now, you know. There's thousands of pensioners not getting proper food. Now you want to take care of your son a bit more.
There's nothing wrong with me.
I'm not saying there is now. It's next year you've got to think about. Next 2 years. Have you got your pension book all sorted out?
Aye, that's all in order.
You heard about Mr. Purdy, didn't you?
What about him?
I took him in yesterday afternoon again. I reckon this'll be last time and all.
Yeah, even that is strong. Always in looking, you know, when he was a young man. If you ask me, you know, I think he's done well, you know, to go as far as this.
Ah, he was one that let his son go. Wasn't money with him neither. Reckon he'd got enough of that stacked away. He just seemed to let his son go. I saw him down George Street about 2 months ago. Didn't look like he'd had a shave for a week. Used to be ever such a smart little chap and all when he kept post office. Just seemed to let his son go. I wonder who'll get his money. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to see to Pigeons.
Ah, you take more care of them birds than you do your son.
Cabinet meeting this evening to discuss President Nixon's measures. Ministers are being recalled.
It's just after 2 o'clock and time for Woman's Hour, introduced by Marjorie Anderson.
How's that butter of yours getting on then, Len?
I've not seen one better.
I knew you were doing all right as a young'un.
Oh, it isn't what it does as a young'un, Stan. I've seen 'em go fast as out the young bud races. Then they go right off in second season. There's no certain about buds.
There's never been a bud round here to touch that one about houses. But we're still winning races in its seventh season. Aye, big continental ones and all. Can you remember that bud, Len?
I should do. He bedded off one I sold him.
Shall to be going into big race this season, Len?
Aye, selling all. I'm widowing that one cock for it.
They never are they? Not for next month's 500, are they?
From Angling and all.
Do no good over that distance, then. Not with widowers. Why, you get 'em that worked up for separating 'em like that. They're just as easy to confuse 'em.
What's the new belt system they've got down there like, then?
Oh, it's always going wrong. Never a day passes without the sum of the weight.
None of that machinery they put in down there's any good.
Yeah, we've had some fun with it, though. Arthur Dent were on it last week, you know, when it packed up. So, same as usual. Gets an old prop and it gives it a right good wallop. It generally starts again when you do that. Any road, this time no happens. So Arthur gets on, blow at the controller, and says it's packed up again. First thing controller says, did you hit it with your prop? Yeah. Arthur said, oh, I've done that. Controller said, well, you bloody shouldn't. That's a very valuable piece of machinery, that is. It took him 3 hours, you know, that day to get it going again.
I remember Arthur. When he was a bit of a lad, 14 or 15, he used to work with me on face.
I know.
Aye. We used to send him down all littlest tunnels first. Because he was a good little ferret. Aye. I can see him now crawling along on his belly. One time, when he got to the other end, it'd be 80 or 90 feet, you know. I started shouting to him. No sensible, just a lot of rubbish. And he shouted, what's that? He come crawling all the way back, thinking he forgot somebody important, like. When he arrives back, he's all out of puff, like, and he says, what was it you said? I said, I was asking if he got the other end all right. You know, he went for me like a bloody fighting cock.
He would,
we had some good times. We did that. It's not same today, is it, Len? It's not same feeling down there now.
I don't change that much. You still have some good times down there.
You well rid on it, then. Don't you worry about that. You well rid on it.
That siren's late, isn't it? I make it gone half past. You're not going yet, then, are you?
I better get back and get our Brian a bit of tea.
Is he still teaching, Len?
Aye, he isn't all.
He's been doing a bit of learning too, Len. What I saw of him last night.
What are you on about?
I saw him last night with a young woman. Parked at the bottom of Cordy Lane as I come out to welfare. You want to tell him I saw him? Oh, but that'll make him blush.
That wasn't our Brian you saw. You didn't see our Brian last night.
Didn't I? Well, you want to ask him, then. You ask him where he were.
Good evening, Mr. Mills. Don't tell me. Just let me guess. 3B for a double lesson, is that it?
Brilliant. Honestly. Trying to tell him about Keats is like, I don't know, trying to teach a blind man to lip read. Do you know what Aileen Kirk called me?
No, Carol. What did Aileen Kirk call
A bloody old rat bag.
So what did you do?
What could I do? I just stood there and fumed.
You should have sloshed her right across her ugly great chops. Oh, I don't know, though. On second thoughts, maybe you ought to have been pleased. Well, you're always on to me about the importance of free expression. That was free enough for you, wasn't it?
Watch it. That little provincial reactionary is showing through again.
Well, that's better than being a cringing suburban liberal, isn't it, Mr. Mills? The only language these kids understand is brute bloody force.
And ignorance.
No.
How'd you get on last night, then?
All right.
What did you go for this time? Scenery building or the car breaking down?
Oh, the scenery building.
Did he believe you?
Yep. You believe me? Couldn't have studied Kaz, I know I couldn't. They gave him one of those oil paintings you get from those funny chemists, you know, all wild horses and swirls of electric blue.
Does he like it?
Oh, yeah, he's dead chuffed with it. Says it reminds him of pit ponies.
Poor old thing. It's terrible the way people's lives are cheapened with that sort of thing. What about tonight, then? You coming round?
I told you I couldn't, not tonight, and I'd have to disappoint him last night.
Oh, God, I should be glad when all this underhand rubbish is over. Why can't you tell him and have done with it? I can't stand another night of my own in that miserable place. Please come back, even if it's just for half an hour.
I can't tonight, Kaz, not after I promised
Why
him.
do you think you're so indispensable to his happiness?
Come on, I'll drop you home.
No, you won't drop me home. I'll take the bus. In fact, I think I'll stay on the bus and go and see a film. You never know, I might find some likely lad to bring me home.
Crying out loud. Just listen to this. Question. This lad's nearly 15. What is the average annual rainfall of Great Britain? Name some of the factors which affect rainfall. Answer. The average annual rainfall in Great Britain is 40 feet. 40 feet? Not even that much in the Amazonian rainforest. But wait, he goes on. The factors which... I love the way they repeat the long words in the question so you'll think they know the answer. The factors which affect rainfall are when you get mountains. So what's that supposed to mean? It doesn't even make sense. I've spent hours explaining to them about rainfall. I've drawn little pictures on the blackboard. We've even done experiments with evaporation and condensation. And not one of them's understood a word of it. Oh, I give up. It's like bashing your head against a brick wall.
But you can't give up, can you? I mean, that's what you're paid for, not to give up.
Ah, come on, Dad. That's not just what a teacher's job is, you know. There's supposed to be at least a spark of something else. Not with that lot. I know what'll happen to them anyway. The lads will all go down the pit or into the chemical factory, and the girls will all have 3 kids and be married, if they're lucky, by the time they're 20.
Well, I'll say this, you know. They won't want to know anything about average rainfall, you know, if they go down pit. You'll have to be teaching them something about rocks and minerals and coal seams.
Yeah, well, you know I do that as well.
What they like at that, then?
Just about as bad.
Well, you've got to remember, you know, they've not all had the same advantages as you've had. There's no need to look at me like that either. And I'll say this and all, it's far better, you know, to be a schoolmaster than to be a bloody collier any day of the week.
Is it? I sometimes wonder.
You'd never let your mother hear you say that.
I don't know what my mother's got to do with it.
I don't think you know as much as you cracked up to know.
I know one thing, I'm fed up of spending all my days with a bunch of bloody half-wits. Where are you going?
You want some more coal on that fire, you know, if you're going to sit up late there.
I'll get it done.
You get on with your work.
No, come on, I'll get it.
I'll get it! Leave it.
It's not bad coal left, is it?
Ah, it's all right.
Hey, that last lot we had wasn't up to much, though. To say it was miner's coal, I thought it was pretty bad stuff, really.
Well, it's not often we get bad stuff.
Hey, you can still get it now you're retired, won't you?
All right. Yeah, they don't stop that. We still get that all right.
You want the television on?
I'm not bothered.
You can have it on, you know, if you want to.
I'm not bothered with it.
That picture looks nice up there, doesn't it?
All right. It's a good spot for it. Gets all the light in the daytime.
All right. What did my Auntie Ethel think to it?
What do you think?
Yeah, it's right up her street, that kind of thing. Yeah, well, I'd better get on with it then.
You don't want to give up so easy, you know, with them kids.
I know, Dad. I don't go off the deep end with them like that.
No, and you don't want to, no.
I know I don't want to. I've just told you I don't, haven't I?
No, and you want to learn a little bit more self-control. You've got to be somebody, you know, they're going to look up to. You've got to command the respect. That's what a school teacher's job is.
I wish you'd stop telling me what a teacher's job is. You know nothing about it.
No, I know this much. There's nothing on this earth that's worth out that comes easy. I know you've got to stick at things.
Oh, look, spare us that old song, Dad.
And the way you're carrying on, my lad, it's not going to get you very far, I know that much. Even if I don't know anything about bloody average rainfall.
What are you talking about? I never meant...
Never mind what you meant, or what you didn't mean it. I don't think you know what you do mean half time.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, why don't you just tell me what you're talking about?
I don't know myself. I'll get off to bed. You lock up, shan't you?
Yeah, I'll lock up.
Look up. It's only... I don't want to see you lose your chances, that's all. Sam. Hey, I never expected you.
I don't know, not be up here. I've been knocking at back door for last minute. I thought there might be 40 winks.
Hey, I'm right glad to see you, lad. I'm just scraping up.
Oh, I can see that. Tell you what, I bet they won't give me a body pass for one, would they?
I'll give you a hotel slab.
Oh, this much? Well, I don't know. I'm not much of a fancier these days. Oh, well, I reckon if I were choosing, I'd go for that one.
You still got an eye for him, then?
Ah, knows as well as I do. You never lies it. Is that it what there's been on about, then?
Aye, that's him. Yeah, come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
He looks bright-eyed, you know, Feddy Road.
Happen he's thinking today's the day his lady love's come back. He's been sitting now, you know, for 5 weeks. Haven't you, my old lad, eh? Come on, in here. Here. I'll tell you what. Come and have a look at his missus. Come on. Come and have a look here. Look at that. Pining her little heart away for him. Just look at where she's carrying on. Well, he got a few more weeks to wait for him yet and all, my lady.
Poor bugger, stringing him on like that.
I won't come to any harm. By the time I finish with him, he'll come back like the bloody wind. I can tell why you never did out much with yours. You were too soft with him.
You've been all right then, have you?
Me? Never better.
Only we're all wondering, like, how they were getting on.
Well, that was short. Not very sweet.
I didn't.
I don't know why you bothered to go through the motions if you didn't feel like it in the first place.
Well, I felt like it in the first place.
Then it was me.
Look, just forget it. What's the matter? I had a letter from my mother this morning. She sounded very suspicious. She can't understand why I don't bring you down. I'm sure she thinks Len Shelton's just another of my wild fantasies. Still, can't blame her, really, can you? What was your excuse tonight?
Hey?
Where did you tell him you were going tonight?
I just told him I was going out. I don't have to tell him any more than that.
Well, that's quite a breakthrough, at least. Couldn't you tell him? It makes him so much... Well, you know.
I've told you I'll tell him, but not now. You know I can't tell him now.
And in the meantime, we plod on in this sordid little way. Oh, look, I know what it must be like for a man round here when he can't work anymore, but he's been retired for nearly a month now. Look, it isn't fair to him or to me.
What would you like me to tell him, eh? Oh, by the way, Dad, I've got a nice little retirement present for you. You remember that girl I brought home last Christmas? Well, we're getting married and we're going off to live in Canada.
Do you know what I think? I think you use all this about your father, this poor, lonely old man bit, to cover up the real truth. I think you're frightened. Frightened of marriage. I think you're frightened of moving away from here, and I think all this is one bloody great cover-up.
Oh, just listen. I came back here when I left university because I had to, not because I wanted to. Do you think I could have just left him on his own after my mother died? Oh, I don't think you understand the first thing about it. Do you actually think I like it in this bloody hole?
And what about me? Do you think I like it?
Why did you come then? Nobody made you come.
You know why I came. I can't get away from that awful suburban suffocation I was dragged up with. I actually thought I could live a more real life here. All right, so I was wrong. Doesn't mean to say I have to go on living like this just because you're tied to your father's bootlaces. Oh, God, just look at this room. I feel like a tart stuck in here. Hardly daring to be seen out with you in case someone should tell your precious little father. And it's not sympathy at the bottom of it either, it's weakness. Better tell him, Bri. One of these fine days I might just pack my bags and say, stuff the lot of you.
Isn't it a terror, eh? Ooh, it hasn't stopped since this time yesterday. It's all coming in through our back bedroom. Jack says gutters blocked up. We've only just papered that room and all. It's ruined that. I've had to put bowls and saucepans down to catch it. It's a good job we found it when we did, else it'd have soaked right through.
Well, would you like me to come up and have a look at it? Can he get up into that false roof of yours?
Jack says it hasn't got to be touched till he comes home. God alone knows why. Whole place will happen to be fell in with them. What's that you doing?
Making out my race sheet.
It's never yet, is it? I thought you told me it would at end of July.
No, I never told you that. It's a week tomorrow. The buds are going to be in now by Tuesday night.
Oh, well, there's one thing. If it stays like this, they'll not get far.
Oh, that'll be over by tea time. We had a day like this the same week last year, and we had a lovely fortnight after.
Have you got your washing ready?
You're not going to be washing on a day like this, are you?
Oh, I'm going to take them up to that new laundrette place at Westwood. Can't do it tomorrow, because I said I'd look after Mrs. Granger's youngest for her while she goes up to see her mum. They say she's ever so poorly.
Well, look, you needn't bother about me, you know. I've only got a couple of things. I can do them myself.
Oh, I've got to go any road. You might as well gear me. What about our Brian, I say? Got out he wants doing.
Oh, I don't know, I might have a bit. I'll go and have a look.
To be going now, I'm going to catch that 5 minutes past 4. Ah, there's one thing. Whoever gets our Brian will have her work cut out.
Look, yeah, you need some money, you know, if you're going up to that place.
Oh, get off with you. They'll go in with ours. You'll keep your money. You need it more than I do now.
Now, you take it, will you? Here. I'm not a bloody charity case yet, you know. You're late, aren't you?
Oh. What are you doing sitting here in the dark like that? You give me the fright of my life. Are you all right? Is anything wrong?
Wrong? There's no law against sitting in the dark, is there?
There's no law against it, only it's gone 12:30. What happened? You go to sleep in the chair, did you?
I might have dozed a bit.
Well, you must be freezing cold. That fire looks as if it's been out for hours. Do you want me to get you something?
No, I'm all right. I don't want anything. Where have you been?
Just been round to a friend of mine.
Oh? Well, what have you been doing then till this hour?
Well, what is this, Dad? Some kind of interrogation? I don't have to give you a report.
Look, you don't have to do anything. I just want to tell you this, Brian. It's your job, you know, that counts. Nothing else matters as much as that. And I'll tell you why and all. Because of your job, you're on your own. It's you that's doing it. And if you make a mess of it, it's your fault and nobody else's. And you'll never be happy, you know, not with anything, and I don't care what it is, until you put everything you've got in you into it. The way you're carrying on, coming home at all hours, not getting your proper sleep. You can't be much good in daytime, and you can't be giving them kids much. Well, I'll get off to bed then. Look, I'm only saying this for your own good, you know. It's only you I'm thinking about. Oh, good night, lad.
Dad.
What?
I still don't know why you were sitting here in the dark like that.
Don't you?
There now. There. You never thought you were going to see it again, did you? That's who you've been waiting for, isn't it?
Brian! Brian! Here, come and have a look at this. Come on.
I'm just showing him head again. He hadn't seen it for 7 weeks, you know. Look at the way they're carrying on. Now watch this. Come on. Watch this now. Now look at the way they're carrying on. All right now. Here, that's long enough. Come on. Come on. Here you go. Here. Now you watch this. Come on. Where are you? Come on up with it. Come on up with it. Come on. Ah, that's it. Oh, man. You will. Now there'll be fireworks. He got out that other one if ever he got at it.
Poor bloody sod.
I'll only make him want to that much more. And if he comes first on Saturday, I'll let him have it and all. My word, I shall.
You think she'd have the common decency to hide behind a plaster of Alsatians, at least?
She's not a bad old stick. I'm quite fond of her, really. Did I tell you she made me a cake last Sunday? She just handed it to me out of the blue and said, "Here, Duck, bet you miss a bit of home cooking, do you?" I didn't know what to say. I was quite touched.
I bet that was an excuse to have a look in your room.
She could do that any time she wanted to. I don't think she would, though, somehow. I've got to admit she leaves us pretty much alone. I mean, she could make things quite difficult for us.
He knows.
What?
I said he knows.
Did you tell him?
No, he saw that bloody brochure.
Well, has he said anything? That's great, Bri. It'll make things so much easier for you. He'll have prepared himself. Can't you see that?
Yeah, maybe. He's off racing. Greyhounds. They're good dogs. We had one once when I was a kid. It got run over, though. And it wasn't killed outright. It dragged itself back to the house. And just lay there on the back step. It wouldn't let my mother and me near it. When my dad came back, he carried it all the way up here to the vets. What's that? 2 miles, maybe a bit more. Never stopped once to put it down and rest, and the dog just lay there in his arms. He made me watch while the vet gave it an injection to kill it. I didn't want to look, but he made me. He said I might have to do it one day.
That was cruel.
No, it wasn't cruel. There was nothing cruel about it. He really loved that dog. I'll have to go.
You won't be coming in then?
No. I'll get right back.
Okay. I'll miss you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I still miss you. Bye.
NU 70S 40888. NU 63P 24603.
Len Shelton. Hey, up, Len. Hey, don't forget to pay up, Len.
I thought you'd hit that one, Len.
Just the one, Len?
Yeah, just the one. You only need one to win.
Confident, aren't you?
Enough.
NU 62 S5695.
Ah, Len, that's you soon done.
Aye.
Next up, all.
It's all over now, Len. Bar waiting. It's only down now.
Hey, up, Tomo.
Hey, up there you go, Tom.
You going up for clock checking then, Len?
Aye. You want to take Derek with you. He's champion clock watcher.
4, 3, 2, 1, up! Pigeon clock synchronised. Is he ticking then, Harry?
I don't like waiting bit, I don't.
Ah, don't worry, Harry. You're no worse by 4 o'clock Saturday. What is it?
Dad, I've had a delay in liberating them. That happens many a time, you know.
Dad, I've got something to tell you.
How could happen over there?
Are you listening?
Maybe they've had bad weather or something.
Look, just forget about your pigeons for a bit.
All right, go on then.
I'm going to get married.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Yeah, you knew, didn't you? That's what you were trying to tell me the other night when you sat up.
I wanted you to tell me.
How did you know?
Hey, lad, you can't keep out private round here. You should know that. Was it her you fetched down last Christmas? They're from London.
Yeah.
Oh, she seemed a nice enough young woman.
Oh, you like her more when you get to know her. She's dead straight, you know, no fuss.
Oh, I shall.
Oh, I'd like you to know, whatever happens, I'll always, you know, see you're all right for money and everything.
I'll be all right for money. I shan't go short on that.
You're the first one to know. Her parents don't know yet.
How is it you only brought her round that once?
Well, I didn't know how you'd feel about it. I thought you might think that I was letting you down.
You should have known different of that.
Yeah, I know, I should. It all seems a bit daft now.
When's all this going to take place, then?
I don't know. That is for sure. I thought maybe August.
Where do you reckon you're going to live?
We're going away, Dad. Thought maybe Canada.
Canada, is it?
Where are you going?
Going uphill to watch for yon bud. I'll get down fast enough if it comes.
You best come home, Dad. It'll not win now.
I'm not bothered if it wins. Just so long as it comes back.